Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. I have got a brand new to me product to share with you in today's video. This is a game changer for me. Honestly, now that I've used it and I've fallen in love with it, it is a game changer for your PET washi tape. Now this is called the Gyro Cut. Works like a pen, cuts like a knife. I actually saw these guys demonstrating up at Makers Central at the Birmingham NEC 2 weeks ago and I bought one. I had to have one. This is a blade for cutting all manner of different crafts, but I really bought it specifically for that PET washi tape. If you saw my videos, you know I fell in love with that washi tape, but it was super fiddly using a craft blade or an X-Acto knife to get in and around all of the little details in the washi tape. I figured if this does the job that they have demonstrated that it does, oh my gosh, game changer. Now the kit itself, again, I bought it. This is not sponsored in any way. It comes with a glue. Now they did a lot of demonstrations with paper craft. So you stick your paper craft down to your cutting mat with the glue and it leaves absolutely no residue. You can peel it off your cutting mat and it's completely dry, not sticky in any way. But again, I'm not sure I'm going to be using the glue. It just came with the kit. Now this is the Gyro Cut tool. It has a blade on the end of it. Please excuse the state of my hands. I've not long finished working with Jesmonite and I carried on filming another video. But it has a rotating blade and you pretty much hold it like a pen. And it doesn't matter what direction you go in, that blade will turn because it's on a rotating head. And I figured it would be so cool to try it with the washi tape. Now again, it comes in this kit. The whole kit comes together and it's ideal for so many different crafts. Also comes with a spare blade. If you want to cut leather or felt, anything deeper, you can actually buy a different blade for your tool. It comes with multiple blades. So I figured I'd have a play. I haven't used this tool before I pressed record because what I like to do is try something new for the first time alongside you guys just to see how it plays out, how it works, whether I can get on with it or not. And again, the one thing I needed to do really was just practice the grasp, holding it properly, holding it at the right angle. Now, as I mentioned at the NEC Birmingham, they did have their paper stuck to their sticky mat. I haven't got time for that because you know me guys, I just want to get things done. So I just thought I'd have a play anyway without sticking the paper down and just getting used to how I hold this to make it so that the blade works and it rotates and it does all of the things. And also how much pressure do I put on this blade because it's great cutting paper. It cuts the paper like a dream. There were areas where I thought, okay, I didn't press hard enough. I'll press harder next time. Or I pressed too hard and I need to lighten my grip a bit. But all in all, I was so excited to get this going. Honestly, you can see here, I didn't quite cut all the way through. The real test for me was the washi tape. Now, this is the Washi Tape PET tape from the Washi Tape Shop. It's 2 layers. So the top layer where you see all those beautiful images, that is sticky. And it is stuck to a plastic bottom layer. The trick is to just cut through the top layer, but not the bottom layer. This was my goal. This was the whole goal of buying this tool. And could I do it? There were times when, like this, I was like, yes, I did it first time. I couldn't believe it. And I cut it out pretty okay. There were still areas I could have got a bit more detail, but I didn't cut through the bottom. And that was the goal for me, to be able to cut out intricate leaves, teeny stems, and individual flowers, individual rose petals, just getting to grips with how I hold this tool to get that done. But it was definitely a learning experience for me. There were times when I pressed way too hard and I cut all the way through the tape. But again, it was a learning experience. So I just figured I would film it and bring you along with me. We're also going to be making some yummy things in today's video. But here I am just peeling back, and there were a couple of sections where maybe I missed a bit or I had to go in a bit more. And yeah, like here, there's a big chunky chunk on the corner. I had cut it, but I hadn't pressed hard enough. So it really was one of these tools that once you play with it for a while, I found after about 30 minutes to an hour of just playing with it, it got easier and easier and easier. Your what do they call it? Muscle memory. Your body kind of got used to the pressure you need to apply, how you need to hold it. You have to hold it like a pen, but making sure that that blade can freely turn 360 degrees in all directions. And then I got a little bit I got a little bit confident, and I was trying to cut out like individual tiny leaves and all of the things. Now we're going to put it to the test and we're going to make some gorgeous pendants. I'm actually using some of the polyurethane resin. This is not epoxy resin, this is polyurethane. This is a very, very fast cure resin. Now this was sent to me by I Love Mixed Media. It has like a 20-minute demold time, so it's super fast. This is ideal, I think, if you want maybe to do a craft fair and you've got loads of ideas and you want to get a lot done in a day. This polyurethane is a game-changing resin. But here's the thing, I filmed this before Let's Resin told me they've got a polyurethane as well. So I'm so excited to share that with you. That's actually coming up in a video very, very soon. I've got another Let's Resin bundle and they've launched a polyurethane resin. I'm so excited to try it. But again, this is a different brand. I'm just sharing with you in today's video. So this resin in particular is measurable 1:1, part A, part B. Mix it. You don't have long, guys. Mix it for around 30 seconds and pour. That doesn't feel like a lot, but you have to trust the process. Honestly, get it mixed, get it done, get it poured, and get it poured into your mold. This mold I'm using, I got from Temu. You would have seen my recent Temu haul, and it is gorgeous. There are so many beautiful shapes in here, really deep and chunky. My one regret is that I didn't fill them up more with the polyurethane. I feel like if I was to do this again, which I'm no doubt I will probably fill them right to the top, give or take 0.5 millimeter with the polyurethane, because honestly, finishing them off with the UV resin, you need a lot less resin. But I just filled up the ones that I was, in love with. I didn't love every shape here. I just used the shapes that were singing to me and that I found more aesthetically pleasing than the others. But so far, love the mold. Now I have this on a time lapse for you. This is going super fast. Like I said, it's a demold time of 20 minutes. Now if you sit and stare at this resin, you will see it turn white before your very, very eyes. But also to add, I've had this resin a long time, so I feel like it's more cream now than white. Like it didn't look white to me. Then it was time to get to work with the Gyro Cut tool. I have to say, like, again, not sponsored, guys. Not sponsored. I bought this myself. The whole kit, including the 2 blades, was £20 from Makers Central, and I just feel as though, for me personally, it's going to change the game of my PET washi tape. Like, I'm really looking forward to trying more of these washi tapes from the Washi Tape Shop. There are so many beautiful ones on there. Again, I am a Washi Tape Shop ambassador, so your details for that will be in the description box below. But yeah, cutting straight lines against my cutting mat was so easy because I can see the lines. And then cutting around these little individual flowers. It didn't matter what way I threw this pen, the blade was turning because it's got that rotating blade. So you could, if you wanted to, get right down, up close and personal on the line of the leaves, right on the line of the flowers. You don't have to have that much additional tape around the outside edges of your images. And honestly, I was so happy. There were a couple of times where I leant too hard, I pushed too hard down, and I cut right through the plastic bottom. That was not ideal. It makes it so much harder to separate the tape from the plastic bottom if you do that. Whereas with this one here, I got as close as I physically could get to the individual leaves, and it worked a dream. Even that tiny stem, that really thin stem, I got as close as I could, and look at this. It really is a game-changing tool. So I am going to put some music on now and enjoy. Like I said earlier in the video, as time went on and the more I used it, the more I got used to it, I decided to do these intricate little butterflies, guys. I was able to cut these butterflies almost exactly to the line, which left very little washi tape left, so I didn't have to worry about all of those potential bubbles in the clear. And here is a close-up. The little butterfly coming into the flower is so cute. Honestly, I love it. Now, if you've been with me a while, you'll know I've already used this washi tape in previous videos. I absolutely love it. These pendants are giving me all of the summer garden in bloom kind of vibe, and I absolutely wish I had a garden that was in bloom right now. Most of my flowers, they don't survive, but I'm gonna try and be a better adult and get to grips with gardening at some point in my life, hopefully in the next few months. But these are what they're looking like. I absolutely love them. I put a lot more detail into some, and some I kept pretty simple. I love them so much. It is now time to cover them up. So give them all a top coat. The blade itself, it got easier as time went on. I really love it. If you do have any washi tape or anything really, because I'm not a paper crafter, but I know a lot of paper crafters. This genuinely, from someone who's bought it themselves, you know, and actually never used it before, I fully recommend it. I fully recommend it. I'm going to top them off, as I said, with UV resin. Now, this UV resin is by Vista, and the details are below. My code for Vista is for new customers only, and it will multiply your points. There's not necessarily a financial discount there for you, but it is for new customers only, and it will quadruple your points during that spend. Now, here is where I was saying I wish I filled them up more with the polyurethane, because I just felt like I had to do 2 or 3 layers of UV resin in each one, and that's a lot. Like, that's a lot for me. If you know me, I want it done, and I want it done now. So yes, hindsight is a wonderful thing. So if you are doing anything like this with polyurethane, I'm so excited to show you the new one from Let's Resin. I cannot wait. But yes, fill them pretty much to the top with poly, and then just give them a really small dome with your UV, and this is what they're looking like. I'm so in love. This mold itself from Temu has got a rounded edge, a rounded bottom, and then the edges are also rounded, which means that quite often I was getting this kind of sharp lip around the surface, and that was fine. I just used my deburring tool to go around and get off any of those sharp edges. I feel like the deburring tool is also linked below, by the way, but the deburring tool worked better on UV resin than it did on the epoxy resin you would have seen I used recently. It didn't leave so much of a harsh line. It didn't actually, you couldn't see where I'd used the deburring tool, but this is one of my favorites. There is something about this one. It is super special. I absolutely love it. This one here I dropped because you do, you know, I dropped I dropped one of my sticks into it, and you know, it wouldn't be a Claire's Crafty Corner video if there wasn't something that went a little bit skew iffy, but it's okay. Some of the simpler ones are just beautiful, and again, some of the more detailed ones, I just love them equally. But the sharp edges, yeah, there was definitely quite a few sharp edges that I just got rid of using my deburring tool, but all in all, I love the way these look. The tool, oh my gosh, I've said it enough times in the video. Fully recommend, highly recommend. I will look for their website and I will link it down below, but again, this is not sponsored. I'm not in any way affiliated with the company. I just saw them at Maker Central, decided to buy it. I'm glad I did, because it has upped the game for the PET washi tape. I cannot wait now until I have to use it again, because I know I've got this amazing tool that's going to get into all the details. For me, it was the butterflies, knowing that I could get real up close with very little effort. Like the craft blade, it was effort, guys. It was effort. Whilst fun, it was effort. And you know, if there's one thing that can just reduce work, I'm here for it. I'm all for it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.